Good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. You are watching the Wise Morning Coffee Chat Show. We are excited to be on with everyone today. Happy Monday. So let's see who's jumping on. I almost feel like, I don't know if there's something going on, but this is like a tiring day today. Right? I don't know if we're feeling there, if there was too much going on, but we have had a very busy week. So, who am I? I'm the founder of the Women's Institute of Self Development Efficacy, WISE for short. And this is a show where we highlight amazing women from our community, women that I meet, that I want to bring around and introduce to people in my community. So, I definitely met this young lady at our event not too long ago. We had a conference, and I just thought, wow, we need to bring her. She is definitely someone to look up to. So, oh, that was some weird audio issues there. So, that's who I am. Julieta, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Julieta Carmona. I'm a real estate agent with Maurer Real Estate Group. I'm only 23 years old, and I've been doing real estate for almost 2 years. There's other stuff that I still have in mind that I want to do, but for right now, starting off, it's just with real estate.
Wow, look how young you are. Kudos to you for being in real estate. I mean, I hope that the women that are watching are give you that the kudos, because for you to jump straight into real estate in your early 20s, you're going to make a killing. A killing, right? Think
I hope
about that.
so.
No, you
That's not-
will. You will. You're starting your entrepreneur. See, here's what I love about this. I started my entrepreneurship side in my early 20s too. So, I honestly like people, when you are young starting a business, people just completely sometimes disregard us, right? You're not in your head. I'm pretty sure you've already had some situations like that, right?
yeah.
But the reality, and there is this such thing as ageism. I don't know if people realize it. Like there is this discrimination against younger or older people. So like, let's like you meet like a 80, 90-year old person, you might be like, they don't know what they're talking about. Yes, yeah, they're old, right? And then people really disregard them, unfortunately. And same thing with young people. We sometimes disregard our young people. So I thought, she's going to conferences and she's in her early 20s and she's doing real estate. Man, just wait, watch 10 years from now what you're going to be doing. I'm going to be super excited to watch. Um, so tell me how. Well, first, let's go into coffee time. I see Elizabeth. Woohoo! She's on with us. She's one of our current cohort members. She just signed up for the coaching program, so she's taking the program with us. So kudos to Elizabeth. I'm super excited to work with her. If you guys are watching, say good morning. Let us know where you're at. So let's go straight into before we have conversation. This is a coffee chat show, so we need to go into coffee time, right? And coffee time is just us sharing what are we drinking, what are we drinking out of. If you guys are watching, feel free to share what you're drinking as well. So, what are you drinking, Julieta?
So I'm drinking out of a red plastic cup. That doesn't mean exactly that there's alcohol in here, but in the mornings there's tea in it. So we're doing tea right now.
Stop, Julieta, stop lying. There's alcohol in that.
Nah,
You're funny.
no, it's not no alcohol in there yet.
She said, yeah. So,
Yeah, the real estate
hey, you're young.
industry is for alcoholics. No, I'm kidding. If you're not an alcoholic, it makes you into one.
Well, you're young. We understand that the youth do, enjoy part. They have party life, right? We can all
They
remember
do.
those days when we were in our early 20s. It was, rock and roll.
No,
So no shame, no shame. So yes, you're drinking your tea. So I'm drinking, you guys. I do coffee all the time, but this time I'm not gonna lie. I love my little mug, my little owl mug. It's so cute.
it's cute.
Um, yeah, it reminded me of like our culture. Well, at least mine, I don't know what part, where are you from in Latin America? I'm Mexican, right? So
Yeah,
are
same.
you Mexican?
Yeah,
So it just reminded me of like the
it
decor
does.
in Mexico.
Yeah,
So
it's kind of.
um So I'm drinking tea. I'm drinking chamomile tea. I don't know if I've been like super jittery with all the coffee I've been drinking. I may be like, am I on, or like jitters and like my stomach is starting to hurt. So I'm like, maybe I need to slow my roll on the coffee just a little bit. Still have it, but like once a day. Cause I think
Yeah.
yesterday, I'm not gonna lie, I was so tired. I chugged cold coffee. Probably the worst mistake to do.
Yeah. Coffee and chocolate don't do good on my stomach either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, I love coffee. I love the aroma, but yesterday I was just tired. I thought, hey, let me swig some coffee real quick and see if that wakes me up. But if anything, I think it hurt me more than helped me. So,
Yeah.
um, definitely let us know what you're drinking. I'm drinking again chamomile tea. It's just a lot better right now and soothing for my tummy. So, anyways, let's go into our conversation because I really am interested in knowing what possessed you to get into real estate, right? At such a young age. Like this is great though. I mean, this is amazing. So I'm just curious, how did you even stumble into this?
So from a young age, I was always more into like interior design and decoration and stuff like that. And I wanted to go to school for that. But then my mom was like, I think interior design is gonna be hard for you to make a living out of at the beginning. It's more easier if you're really interested in houses and anything to do with houses, then you just try real estate. My family, like her mom, she does houses and helps build houses in Mexico, and then my grandpa lives out in California, so he does a lot of renovation stuff like that. So a lot of like house related stuff runs in the family. And I was like, you know what? I guess I'll just go into real estate and see how it goes. And then yeah, like almost 2 years in, I'm like, I for my first year I sold 24 houses. Part was with it under a team, and then the other part was under me. But I learned a lot in that year, and so right now I'm just kind of seeing that like referral business starting to happen with my buyers. Just yesterday it happened, and that's the listing I was telling you about. So it's just been something that I've really appreciated and been thankful for, and I just hope that it continues like that, honestly.
Yeah, I hope everyone that's watching give you good vibes, prayers. You're young, you're in real estate. How old are you again? 23, you said?
23, I'm gonna be 24 in like a couple of days. Yeah.
Wow. I just love the fact that you started entrepreneurship at such a younger age, right? You didn't follow the typical route, right? Because most people go to school and then from there they're like, I'm going to work a 9 to 5,
Yeah.
right? And work for somebody else. But you said, no, I'm going to be a realtor and I'm going to be my own boss.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I tried like working like the 9 to 5, because when I wanted to get into real estate is right after I finished high school. And at that time I think I was 18, gonna be 19. And I guess when I moved over here to Rockford, the first company that we went to was with the agent that helped my parents buy their house over here in Rockford. And ever till now I still talk to him and everything. He's been awesome. But yeah, I went into that company and they were like, sorry, you need to be 21. So I'm like, okay, I got like 2 3 years on me that I gotta waste, right? I'm like, I'm not just gonna sit around and not do nothing. So I went to like the local like college here, and I just got my associates of arts. And then I finished that, and I still had a couple more months to it for me to turn 21. And then I did like a 9 to 5 job at a mall, and I really didn't like it at all. I felt like, I was just getting paid a minimum wage, and I was doing more job than the other ladies that had been there before. And I'm like a really hard worker, so I'm like, I'm back and forth running and helping everybody. And yeah, I mean, I've been always been a shy person, and I think that getting into a business like this has helped me a lot too. Because like when I started, and you can talk to like the people that you might have met me at the beginning, they saw me, that was like back in 2020 with like the face mask and like coronavirus and stuff like that. And I was just basically coming out of quarantine, my first career and everything. And I'm like nobody, and in the middle of all these people. So I was just even more shy and more to myself. I had my mask on. I'm like, just quiet in the classes. And then sometimes I was the only one in the classes. So once the more people came in, I'm like, I already know this, like like even the broker was like, you can start teaching the classes now. We already went through this. But yeah, it was just more like, yeah, I noticed that that 9 to 5 wasn't doing good to me, and I didn't like feeling that like, oh, I gotta look up for somebody or meet somebody's, standards and stuff like that. And I'm like, and it's never gonna be good for anybody. And I'm like, I have a lot of goals. I want to do a lot of stuff, and if I want to do them, I cannot do them here. It's stuck at this 9 to 5. I'm like, the good thing though, like, when you talk to God and you just ask him, to answer your prayers and just, guide you through the right path to show you where you want to go. I was just like, please God, like help me out here. Like, let me be 21 already. But then before that, he was just like, okay, the company I was working with went bankrupt out of nowhere. They closed, and I'm like, thank you, because if you were not gone, made them go bankrupt, I would have not left the job. I'm like, I don't like to quit on stuff like that, and yeah, they went bankrupt, and once they went bankrupt, I took advantage of that it was April 1st actually, and then 26 days later I turned 21, and then right when I turned 21, I went ahead and signed up for the class and started those classes in June. So after that, everything just happened, and that's today's time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Girl, you are only starting and you are like, wow, I love it. I mean, look, guys, if you guys know, right? If people know my story, they know I started my entrepreneurship story, my life very young, similar, right? In my right out of college or through college, I was doing entrepreneurship type stuff, right? So, um, when I see a young lady like you doing it, and I'm like, man, I gotta give this girl kudos because she's at a conference with all these seasoned women who are, like usually I work with women like 30s, late 30s, 40s, early 50s. That's usually the women that I work with. But you stood out when I was running my conference, right? You stood out. I kept looking at you and I'm like, I swear to God, I was like, whose daughter is that? Like
I do get told it a lot. Yeah.
I was like, okay, who is she with? Who's her daughter? Maybe her, because I had my daughter at my conference
Yeah.
too, and she's 14.
Yeah.
Um, and thankfully I got her on her entrepreneurship path too with her book selling, right? So I'm sitting here like, but you came on your own.
Yeah. Jeanette was the one that and you met her too. She was the one that messaged me and some other people saying, do you guys want to go? This sounds interesting. And I'm like, sign me up. I'm like, let's go. And yeah, at the end it was just me and her that came, and we left all motivated and everything, and yeah, it was a good decision to go that day because I was so motivated, and I loved every speech that the ladies had, and I was just like, like I mentioned to you, like I just felt like when they were talking, sometimes I could relate to them and see myself in the words that they were saying, and I'm like, okay, well, if they have made it out, then and gone through all those bad stuffs, I'm like, I'm just barely starting with my life, so we'll see how mine ends, and hopefully it just better, with that guidance.
Girl,
Yeah.
you're starting off. What I learned is more seasoned women will admire, even till now, like with what I do right now. I know that I work with older women, older than me, right? And I know that it's not about age. It's not about age. It's about, has God planted you where you're supposed to be? And He the wisdom, right? He gave you the wisdom to do what you're doing. Like He's put you in that place. So don't worry about your age. If you ever like, doors open even more when they know you're younger and they know you're just that driven. Like I remember people like trying to recruit me. I mean, in a marketing agency, I think the reason why the woman from the Purple Group, Larissa Lopez, brought me on into the marketing because she knew I was an entrepreneur and she knew I had a business and she loved that I was a hustler. So that just opened doors for me. And then she opened the door for the next opportunity. So yeah. Man, give her kudos. I love, I'm going to show these comments right here. Guadalupe Torres Maria. She said, blessings, good morning. We have Mary Morning Ladies drinking some vanilla matcha tea. And she said, blessings in your journey and more to come. Yeah, it's
Thank
only
you.
the it's only the beginning, and you're already just you're doing what women are trying to do in their 30s and 40s, like, when they're like, a lot of times women are in a position where, like, they're not happy, they've been working in a job and they want to do something different, so then they find something. You're like, no, I'm going to do it straight out of like high school, I'm just going to go straight into this.
Yeah.
But they're only going to give you these skills to do more. So
Yeah.
watch out for Julieta Carmona. Watch to remember this day, Julieta. I'm telling you right now, watch. 10
Yeah.
years from now, I'm be like, bro, check this girl out. I
Um,
called it.
yeah.
So tell us what, in the real estate business, or what are you focused on right now? What, or like, what are you doing? Who do you work with, or what's going on? You work in Rockford, right? Mainly Rockford.
Yeah, so I work in Rockford. The company's out of Loves Park, but it's literally, makes like, if you were going to the next town. So I work here in Rockford and the areas around it. I do go all the way out to Elgin because I was born and raised over there. So every now and then when I do have friends or family that, have any needs or somebody that they know, I go out there and just kind of all the way up to Wisconsin, basically anywhere, anywhere the job brings me, I'll go. And yeah, I work for a real estate company here in Loves Park right now. This is my second company that I'm actually with, and I just started with them at the beginning of the year. And I right now am trying to focus more on hitting the people that don't really understand English or don't know English. I noticed that ever since I started working in real estate, all the documents that there is out here, it's only like English documents. None of them are in Spanish. And I, like, the first people that I ever helped, I had to sit down with them, and this was when I was under the team, just my first people starting off. I didn't know nothing, and I kind of used them as my guinea pigs. And I was just like, okay, well, this is how it works, right? I'm like, so this is the contract, and we were literally doing like a Zoom call, and then I was just showing them the contract. I'm like, okay, line 75, this is what it says here, and then line blah blah blah, this is how it translates. So we sat there for like almost 2 hours, and then within them asking me questions and then me translating, I would just wanted to inform them a little bit better, instead of being like, okay, well, you want a house, then here you go, sign here, 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 and then now we just wait, then they accept your offer, then you're a homeowner. I just didn't want to do that, because it's not really servicing the people to, like, the 100% that they should be given. And I do notice that sometimes it just happens like that. But for me, the way that I was raised is like, be honest and be truthful. It never hurts to, be honest and truthful, because at the end things can come back and bite you, and it's just more problems. So from the beginning, I'm just like, okay, I noticed that there's like a lot of gaps in, this community that are not being serviced well. So right now I'm trying to work with another colleague on doing some like videos that are in Spanish to help kind of inform a little bit more on that, and just kind of answer any questions. I'm also doing them in English, but at the same time, I feel like it would benefit more those people that just kind of look out for their kids to translate. And then sometimes newer generations don't really know Spanish a lot, and they have those like gaps as well between their parents. So I'm trying to focus and see if it could benefit anybody at this point. I know that with like legal documents in Spanish and stuff, it's more like attorney driven. And then sometimes people don't have a lot of money to cover for more costs, but with what I can do to service whoever I can to my, most and highest limit, I'll do it. And whenever we do require other people to come help them, then for sure we'll try to see how we can help them out with attorneys and stuff like that. But yeah, for right now, it's just kind of doing stuff like that and focusing on that. And that hopefully my goal, like unit wise, is just to help more people than I did last year. As long as they're happy at the end, that's what I care about. I don't really look into like money wise, like how much money I make, because with real estate, like I mentioned, it's not if you're not selling so many houses a month, you're not really, making a lot of money. And then all the cuts with the companies and stuff. I just feel for like right now, I'm doing it more for experience than actually profiting. And for sure, in the later years to come, it's going to be obviously profiting. But for right now, it's more experience. And everybody that comes in is just, more experience to me. And I just pass it down to the newer agents that do reach out to me and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it almost seems like, for the Latino community, especially Latino families that come here, migrate here, right? Um, they depend on their kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember growing up having to help my dad, read documents and translate, right? Or I remember like in the daycare that I used to go to, like I remember the teachers pulling me and like, "Hey, Jennifer, come translate for this parent,"
Yeah.
and I'd be like, "Okay," and I was in sixth, seventh grade. Like, it wasn't childcare; it was like a after school youth program of
Yeah.
some sort. So they would always. I remember constantly, and this happens to a lot of first generation Latinos, right? Like we're the ones translating for our parents, and in the place of business or documents, right? Like you're exposed to documents that you probably shouldn't be exposed to at such a young
Yeah.
age, right? Like that you don't even like know about. I'm pretty sure a lot of people can relate to that. So there's that trust factor. I could see why families, especially for like, immigrant families would use you because it's almost like, or use you or hire you, I should say, as a realtor, because it's almost like I'm gonna give this to my daughter. Like, let my daughter. She's trustworthy. She's like a daughter. She's someone's daughter, obviously. Let her translate. There's got to be
Mhm.
some sort of branding and marketing around that concept because, like, I'm sitting here like, how can you even benefit from that, right? Um, like, I'll be your real estate daughter. No, I'm just joking. I don't know. That sounds kind of creepy.
Right. No.
um, but I really think that kudos is needed for you. Like you're so young and ambitious at such a early age, and that's amazing to see. Like you could be doing a million other things, but instead you're into real estate, right? And definitely I hope that you even like your goal is to buy real estate and
Yeah.
expand, right? And grow. So I'm excited. You guys are gonna watch. Julieta Carmona is gonna be like on flyers and she's gonna be doing stuff 10 years from now. She's gonna be teaching real estate. Like I could see it. I could see it. So kudos to you. That's
Thank you.
awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So for those that are watching, so if Julieta, if someone wants to reach out to you, or they have a referral or they want to work with you, maybe out in the Rockford area, right? Because I'm assuming, and you might know, right? Like I'm not the real estate expert, you are, but I would assume it's a little bit different the market out there than the market in the city. Like there's different like properties, right? You work with different people, so like if someone wants to work with you out there, who they reach or what number do they call or how do they get in contact with you?
Yeah, so they can reach out to me in my number, which is 815-762-0425. That's my number. And then if they want to reach out to me in Facebook, it's just my name, Julieta Carmona. I'm with Maurer Real Estate Group. So, any questions or concerns you guys may have, or of anybody, always feel free to send them over and I'll be happy to help with anything.
Yeah, so it's 815-762-0425.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. So you guys reach out to Julieta if you guys have any questions, you want to learn more about the market out in Rockford, or you need to partner up with someone out there for whatever your real estate needs are, reach out to her. And I'm assuming you're around the surrounding suburbs of Rockford, right? Like you also go out of Rockford
Yeah.
and because
Yeah.
Rockford is like another. So forgive me, I am not. I've never, ever, ever been to Rockford. Like, I'll be honest with you. I think the furthest I've gone is Magic Waters. I don't know how far Magic Waters is from like
That's
Rockford.
like around Cherry Valley. That's around, yeah. It's in somewhere
It's,
near in Rockford. In it,
oh,
part of it, I'm not sure, but it's here. It's like
that's
15
the,
minutes away from me. Yeah.
see, yeah, that's the furthest out I've gone. I mean, so I don't know the Rock community well, but you're already there. You're established. You grew up in the area, so I'm sure you know stuff out there that I wouldn't definitely know, right? So, but I really appreciate you coming out to the conference, sitting in, and that's the great thing about when we're young, you need to learn from the older, more seasoned women. We need to hear their stories. We want to avoid their whatever they did,
Yeah.
whatever issues they came across. We want to avoid it. So, kudos to you for doing everything that you're doing. I'm just very inspired by you.
Thank you.
And if anyone has any questions, comments, make sure you write it in the chat. Again, Julieta, if you want to reach out to her, 815-762-0425. And then, of course, if you guys want to, reach out to me, definitely you guys can reach out to me. Oops, excuse me, not that one. We have an email, info@womenselfdevelopment.org, right? You guys can reach out to me if you guys have any questions. We actually, and then definitely follow us on our social media platforms. Follow us at Women Self Development. That's usually all my platforms, if you want to reach out to me. And I'm excited because I just want to make sure I make some announcements. I'm wearing my this is my 2018 marathon hat. So I'm not here to. I am going to run the marathon, but I'm not promoting the marathon. So, but why do I have this hat on? Is because we're going to have a 5K race um, in the Chicagoland area on June 26th. And if you guys haven't followed me and don't know, I do have a running community, running/walking community that gathers every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. And some ladies run, some ladies walk. We're actively growing right now that community. And this is my running hat, and I purposely put my name on it because when you're running that many miles, you need people to cheer your name. You need people to be like, "Go, Jennifer!" Like
Mhm.
strangers will say your name if they see your name on a hat or a shirt during the marathon. They'll be like, yeah, Jennifer, and you need that, you need that type of encouragement. So we are the Fearless, Authentic, Tenacious Girls Run group, but I call it Fat Girls Run because I really want to encourage women. It doesn't matter what size you are, doesn't matter what shape you are, doesn't matter. You can be a runner. And actually, running has so many benefits to it. So we'll be putting a 5K together June 26th, 2022 in the Cook County Forest Preserves, and we are actively looking for sponsors that want to come alongside us, support us, have a tent there, because we are going to have about 200 runners join us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We're actively working towards that right now. So feel free to share the information, Julieta. And then, of course, if anyone wants to be a member of our community, right? We also have that opportunity too. If you guys want to become a member, we're still recruiting until the end of the month. Membership is open right now, and then after April, it will be closed until down the in the fall. So wise members. Essentially, we put workshops together. We have private events. We give discounts. So if you're a member, you get discounts towards events that we do. So take advantage of all these goodies, and we provide a web card. So what I really love about our membership community now is that if I go network, Julieta, and you become a member, just an example of my community, people will see Julieta as a member of my community. So if anyone needs Rockford realtor, right, we'll put you there as the Rockford. This is your area. So right now I have like life coaches, youth instructors, health and wellness people, right, insurance agents. So they'll find you, click on you, and they'll see you. So every time I network, they'll see you. Every time you network, they see me. Just an example, right? So
Mhm.
anyone that's interested in becoming a member, let me know. We have that right now available. And you can go to bit.ly/wise member. So thank you so much, Julieta, for being on with us. I really appreciate it. You keep moving forward. You keep doing what you're doing. God's given you the authority. He could use anyone to do anything that He wants, right? You can touch people's lives. It doesn't matter the age at all. So I really want to encourage you. That has age is nothing but a number, literally. Like I'm not trying to quote songs here, but that's literally what it is. If you're an expert and you're good at what you do, that's all that matters.
Mhm. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've because when you say about age, in this industry, a lot of people see me and they think that I am younger than I look and that I don't know what I'm doing and stuff like that. And to some people, I've actually, had to prove wrong, especially clients, because they were so uptight and felt like they knew better than me. And me being the professional, I just, I'm like, how can I prove to them that I actually know what I'm doing, and how can I make them understand. And at the same time, I just stopped feeling like that, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to prove them wrong. I know that I'm actually giving them my best. And just because I look some way, or they might have worked with other people or stuff like that, it doesn't mean that I'm gonna service them the same way as the other people, right? I'm like, some with real estate. This is something I told a new agent not that long ago. She reaches out to me every now and then for help. But I told her, in real estate, people that come in it, even like, for example, today, somebody comes in it today, they may know more stuff than I do, just being 2 years in, and maybe I know something else that somebody 5 years in doesn't know, right? Or maybe somebody from 5 years that has had 5 years in this industry knows more than I do. Well, obviously, yeah, but there's things that go back and forth every single day. Everything's different, every experience is different, and age doesn't really matter that much, as long as you prove to the people that you're serving some service. I cannot even talk. Service. I can't even talk. That you're giving them good service, and that you're actually representing them 100% and fully and honest. I mean, I think that's what people see most, and that's how I've been able to get more referral business from those people that I've helped, because they just pass it down to their friends, and they tell them, if you have any questions, anything or anything like that, she'll make sure that she gets them. Even if she doesn't know, she'll get back to you on that. And I just don't try to show them that, oh, I know better, that just because I'm 23. I know I still make mistakes, I'm still new at this, but if you allow me to learn, and show you the and learn with you, then I'll do it. But yeah, I think it's more patience with a job like this, and not having to get or feel like you're gonna get let down, or feel like you're not gonna get anywhere, because even like bigger people in the industry like made me feel like I wasn't gonna be or do good. And I'm just like going back to myself and my goals, and I'm like, well, who are they to tell me that I can't be good or do good? I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want with my career in real estate, because that's my goal. And my goal is to get better and help more families, and it's just gonna have to be getting through those hardships and bumpy roads on the way. But I'm it's not losing motivation for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, like you are one step. If the fact that you're licensed, you're one step ahead of the game. Remember that. You're licensed, you know more than the person that's not licensed. You passed that exam, right? There's people that don't pass that exam. From what I understand, that exam could be really intense, right? So
Yeah.
always remember that as long as you're one step ahead of them, it don't matter what they think.
Yeah.
That's the reality, right? So that's what helped me over the years go, think about, well, they listen to me, I'm younger than them, I might not
Hmm.
be as experienced, right? um hey, as long as you're one step ahead of them, it doesn't matter, right? Like, we can learn from each other, but if you got something and you believe in yourself, that's all that really matters. That's all
Yeah.
that really matters. So don't worry about it. Kudos to you. Keep pushing forward, right? Keep going, get your self development now, get your into your books, get your coaching, get your mentorship, because by the time you're 30 and you're only 23, man, oh man, we're gonna be seeing Julieta's name all over the place. It's a, you show them what you can do.
Yeah. It's just not losing patience, hope, and to continue following your dreams. People may think, oh, well, yeah, you got dreams, everybody has dreams, right? But I mean, everybody does different with them. So many people pursue them, and so many people just continue on dreaming. And I want to pursue my dreams and make them
Make
come
them a
true.
reality.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Julieta, for being on the show with me. And thank you for everyone watching. Please support Julieta, right? If you are looking for property and you're looking for like a Rockford realtor, and you need to connect with her about that market over there, 815-762-0425. Just, I'm so inspired by you. So Keep pushing. And look, here we got Marta, another young lady right here who's killing it. Age is not a measure of what you know, but what you do with those years. Build knowledge, the most powerful wealth. See,
Mhm.
there you go. She's also killing it, getting her doctor's degree. And I'd be like, girl, where you get all this energy from? Give me whatever you got.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Thank you so much, Julieta. God bless you, and you have an amazing day, rest of your week.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Bye.
Bye, guys.